Hi everyone, I'm back with another super easy at-home lab. Personally, this is my absolute favorite lab to do because it is super easy and there are so many different aspects of chemistry that can be talked about. This lab is called Elephant Toothpaste because the reaction creates a lot of foam, which kind of looks like a lot of toothpaste. Now, let's jump right into the lab. For this lab, you will need 1 cup or 235 milliliters of warm water at about 100 degrees Fahrenheit or 40 degrees Celsius. 1 packet of baker's yeast, active, dry, or instant will work. 1 cup or 235 milliliters of hydrogen peroxide. Make sure that the hydrogen peroxide is relatively new, otherwise the lab won't work. Dish soap, food dye, and some sort of large heat-proof container. First, activate your yeast by mixing the yeast with the water and stir to combine. Let sit as you prepare other parts of your lab. Next, measure your hydrogen peroxide and pour it into your heat-proof container. I'm using an Erlenmeyer flask, but any tall container will work, just as long as it's heat-proof. Next, put a few drops of the food dye and a few squirts of dish soap into your container. Mix to combine, but know that it does not need to be fully homogeneous or fully combined. Now would be a good time to check on your yeast and water. You will know that the yeast is activated if it starts to bubble. Lastly, pour the water and yeast into your container and watch what happens. And just a quick safety tip, please do not touch this foam as it is hot. So, what is actually happening here? Well, it all comes down to hydrogen peroxide, or H2O2. Now, if this chemical formula seems similar to something else, like H2O or water, that's because it is. So, what separates water from hydrogen peroxide? In reality, a lot. In my brain, basically an oxygen atom. Water is very stable and needed for life. Hydrogen peroxide is toxic and unstable. Ever wonder why hydrogen peroxide is sold in those dark containers? It's because hydrogen peroxide decomposes in the presence of light. However, this reaction can take a while. But when hydrogen peroxide does decompose, it breaks down into water, which for our purposes we don't really care about at the moment, and oxygen gas. It's this gas that is important for this lab. When you blow bubbles, you blow air into soapy water. what's in our container? Basically, soapy water and some food dye for fun colors. So when the hydrogen peroxide decomposes, oxygen, a gas, just like the mixture of gases that is air, is formed. This oxygen rises, and in doing so, forms bubble with soapy water. This is the foam you see. But a couple questions still remain. First, why can't you touch the foam? And secondly, why do we use yeast? We'll tackle the first question first. Like I said earlier, you can't touch this foam because it's hot. This is because the decomposition of hydrogen peroxide is an exothermic reaction, meaning that heat is released. If you would like to know more, I highly recommend reading up on thermodynamics and collision theory, because these topics are very fascinating, but can get very complicated very quickly. Now, to answer the second question, why do we use yeast? Remember when I said that the decomposition of hydrogen peroxide is slow? Well, that's the reason. The yeast speeds up the rate of the chemical reaction, and in doing so, it acts as a catalyst. A catalyst is something that speeds up a chemical reaction, but does not actually react with anything during the reaction. But why does yeast work as a catalyst in this specific reaction? Well, that's because yeast is a living thing. And living things contain enzymes, which are basically catalysts inside living things. One of these enzymes, called catalase, catalyzes the decomposition of hydrogen peroxide. By adding the yeast, the catalase inside the yeast speeds up the decomposition of hydrogen peroxide. And that is elephant toothpaste.